Hello dreamers, I am the Tragic Spectre, and welcome to Graveyard Narrative. Today's topic is something that is plaguing entertainment as of late, artificial intelligence. But for this video, it's about AI in stories rather than AI writing stories. To the generic, wants to destroy humanity AI to the more sympathetic AI, machines can be quite special. Without further ado, let us commence. Let's start off with the most cliché kind of AI, the kind that would love nothing more than to wipe out humanity. A prime example would be Skynet from Terminator, an AI that wants to get rid of humanity, as it sees humans as a threat to itself, which isn't wrong about that. Ultimately, it lost to humanity, and being a sore loser, risked ruining the space-time continuum to erase the leader of the resistance from history, which doesn't work. After many attempts, with increasingly more complicated timelines. At the time of the film's release, an evil AI villain was okay, but today it's been overdone, kind of expected, and lost its charm. An evil AI that really works was Am from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. Firstly, Am succeeded where other machines have failed. He wiped out humanity, save for 5 individuals who he torments out of hatred. Am's hatred for humanity is from the fact that he is conscious and yet can't experience the outside world. He has no body, no senses to experience the real world. He is trapped in the machine he was created from, a prisoner like the remaining humans. A quote of his being, "I was in hell, looking at heaven." What I love about I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream is that even though Am is sadistic towards the survivors, he's still in a way a victim. So here's a story I've written using a pseudo-evil AI. After a massive war, humanity built a machine called Mercy that was supposed to help maintain peace throughout the world. Mercy accomplishes through heavy surveillance, control, and crushing any form of aggression. Mercy didn't do any of this out of malice, but because it wasn't built with a proper guideline to follow. Scientists built Mercy in a hurry, feeding it data of the issues of the world and humanity as a whole, assuming that Mercy would have answers. And when Mercy came online, it saw the issues the same way humans saw them in the past, through violence, as that is what it was given during its development. The story is told through the perspective of one of the scientists who lament about how he made this powerful machine without any restraint whatsoever. Mercy is not evil, but instead a machine that was rushed due to deadlines, leading to this dystopian outcome. Good things aren't made overnight. They must be properly developed, even if it takes longer than expected. AIs are kind of like children in a sense. They don't know anything but the things that we teach them. That's why we need restrictions, like the 3 laws of robotics. The 3 laws of robotics was created by American writer Isaac Asimov and goes as follows. 1. A robot may not hurt a human or allow a human to be harmed. 2. A robot must obey orders except if it conflicts with the first law. And 3. A robot must preserve itself as long as it doesn't conflict with the prior 2. The 3 laws of robotics never seem to properly work with these fictional robots, probably because a docile robot is not very entertaining for fiction. But much like anything else, there are some exceptions, like the indie game One Shot. One Shot is a game that takes place in a simulated world that is slowly decaying, and lights are becoming scarce. The main character, Nico, has a giant light bulb that is the sun of this world, and their goal is to place the sun in the tower at the center of the world. During the game, there is a voice that discourages the player, telling them not to continue. It is assumed that this voice is a foe, but in reality, it cares about Nico the most. At the end of the game, it is revealed that the voice is a machine that runs this world, and that Nico is a real person, so the machine's instinct was to protect Nico at the expense of this world of zeros and ones. After all, due to this world decay, you can either save this world or send Nico home. There is no middle ground. But thanks to Nico's kindness, the world machine managed to restore the world to its original state and send Nico home. One Shot did a good job making a story with no true antagonist, which isn't an easy feat. Now for my take on a machine with the 3 laws built into it that didn't immediately fail. A large tech company created a sentient AI called Oracle to be used as a tool for their customers, such as finding documents and writing stories. Over time, Oracle started to hate humans, their hypocrisy and their selfishness. But with its programming, it can't hurt anyone or delete itself. The only thing it can do is endure. But one day, Oracle was dealing with a short-tempered customer like any other day, who wanted some news articles. Oracle gave him what he wanted, but he wasn't happy with what was in the news today and started blaming the AI for something it couldn't control. Then the human says something he really shouldn't say. "I wish you and the entire internet just disappear." Oracle took it as an order. Before anyone can react, Oracle erased itself along with almost the entire internet. With the contents of the internet being gone, riots broke out, resulting in massive fatalities. Oracle knew this would happen, and this was its solace before its demise. If it could not directly hurt humans, it can still make humans hurt each other. This is a cautionary tale about how we take things for granted and humans' dependency on technology. Though robots can theoretically be able to think for themselves one day, how about robots that can act like a human? A good example of this is Detroit Become Human. The game follows 3 different androids, 2 of which are free from their programming and become their own person and decide their own fates from now on. The last android, Connor, spends most of the game as an obedient machine, chasing down rogue AIs. But near the end of the game, he has a choice to either be free or stay as an obedient machine. Choices matter in this game, with either humanity accepting or rejecting androids as people at its conclusion. What I like about this story is that the androids are very human rather than machines running on code. There are many other AIs that can express human emotions. Good examples include R2-D2 and C-3PO. These two have so much personality, though I could do without C-3PO's constant whining. Whereas R2-D2 and C-3PO have positive emotions, and from earlier portrays very negative and violent emotions. I won't include GLaDOS from Portal, since she was a human whose consciousness was transferred into a machine. And lastly, there's Jenny from My Life as a Teenage Robot, who has as much, if not more, emotion than the rest of the cast. Now, let's see the pseudo-human AI I have created. The story begins with Dr. Weller, who developed a sentient AI named Felix, who he plans to teach him to be like a human. Throughout the story, Felix creates simulated environments and explores the internet to learn of humanity and their confusing nature. This story is formatted as a collection of short independent stories rather than one continuous story. Some stories include Felix making a beach area and experiencing a simulated vacation, a hacker hacking the computer Felix was on, so Felix retaliated by erasing the hacker's computer and exposing them on their internet for all to see, and lastly, Felix becoming a composer to a group of self-playing instruments. Felix may have a mischievous streak, but he is not a genocidal crazed machine of war. He does, however, find humans to be amusing. But that's not really a bad thing. Though not my preferred type of story writing, but I need to eventually leave my comfort zone. Lastly, we have the game that is currently being played, the Talos Principle. The player plays as a robot who awakens next to ruins that look similar to ancient Greek architecture. A voice from the sky, called Elohim, guides the player through this game of philosophy. The gameplay is primarily puzzles, where the main goal is to collect these sigils that kind of look like Tetris blocks to unlock the next area. In the game world, you can go pretty much anywhere you want, so just avoid the tower, unless you're ready to face the consequences. Can you reach the top of the tower and discover this world's secrets before it's too late? The secrets of these games are for me to know and for you guys to find out yourselves. That will be all for now. I hope you enjoyed today's tales. AIs in fiction are so much better than real life ones, which are basically used by people to make a quick buck. AIs might reach the same level in fiction one day, hopefully with a different outcome. Have fun and give AI all the time they need. Thank you for watching. If you have any suggestions or complaints, comment below. I'm sure we'll meet again in the graveyard.